Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back. We're going to get into another reading for you guys. Thank you so much for being here, Pisces. I hope these messages help you with whatever you can possibly be experiencing at this time. We're going to see what you're about to realize that you have never realized or understood before, okay? What is the breakthrough? What is the epiphany? What is the understanding or knowledge that you're about to gain that you've never gained before? Okay? Based on the situations that you're experiencing at this time. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, stick around. You guys be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Get in the comments. Let me know if it's resonating. Don't bring anything into your life that does not belong, Pisces, because these are messages that could all be for you or part could be for you, okay? So take it how it resonates and, just keep an objective mindset when you watch these readings, whether it's me or anyone else on this platform, whether it's tarot or any other form of content media, okay? You guys have good experience with these types of things. Like, you're getting good practice. You guys watching tarot who've been avid tarot watchers or readers for a long time have an advantage. I think that's what that could be. You may realize, you may be having the epiphany or realizing that you have the advantage and you never saw it like that before, okay? But we in this community, not necessarily just mine, but in the community of what they call quote unquote spiritual communities, have an advantage when it comes to the illusions that are being presented to the masses at this time, because we understand, or should understand, how discernment works on a deeper level. And I want you guys to try to adapt that and adopt that to every part of your life. So excuse me, we're going to get into it. If you guys want to book a personal, the link is below in the description box. We still have a discount code in the post section of the channel, but let's go ahead and get into it for Pisces. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God. For Pisces, what are they about to realize that they've never realized before? What are they about to understand that they've never understood before this moment? For Pisces, spirit, what is that message? Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Source, evil eye, with condition, and sacrifice. Forgiveness. I know exactly what this is saying. What's at the back? Loves me not. Ooh, we're going to have to read that one. So let me tell you what you guys are realizing now in this moment, in this time in your life that you have never realized before, right? That because of your connection to source, because of the consciousness of creation that is housed within you, the evil eye is always going to be watching. And this is the condition that you have basically to grapple with or deal with or make peace with forgiveness. It's the sacrifice that you make for having this connection to source. Probably understanding why you've been persecuted, understanding why everyone hates you. Okay? And I'm not even saying that from a narcissistic perspective. It's more so like when you walk into a room and people give you dirty looks, the evil eye, and you're like, but I didn't do anything. Why are you looking at me like this? I feel like you're about to understand the magnitude and the power of forgiveness when it comes to accepting this sacrifice, because this sacrifice is a condition of your connection to source, being able to literally commune directly, okay, with source. That's a part of it. This is the condition. Like, you have this God energy within you. You have the awareness of what Creator is telling you. You have the ability to pull on this power and exert it wherever you see fit. You have an elevated sense of awareness and perspective. You can see beyond the surface, and it's all things that work either in your favor or against you, depending on how you utilize it and how you observe it. But it's a gift that will always attract the evil eye to you. And it's the condition that comes with this power. I feel like a lot of you are going to be forgiving God, Source, Creator, for this baggage that comes with your gifts. And ultimately, because the Creator is within you, you're forgiving yourself. There's something that you're realizing about this that you've never realized before. It's kind of like, being in a crowd of people and like walking into a room, like I said, and seeing the evil eyes from the people and feeling the negative vibrations that they send to you, whether it's a literal room that you're walking into or a proverbial metaphorical room. And instead of being afraid or insecure or scared, instead of having anxiety or fear or anger or resentment for that response, you're about to understand how sending forgiveness and sending understanding and compassion back out to those people or to those energies actually helps you blossom, okay? The only card that I'm going to read is Loves Me Not, because that was a lot. And I'm not going to read all these cards. However, I feel like I need to read this one. Loves Me Not says, maybe another day, maybe another life. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Okay? Now, this card talks about promotion and rejection. It says you are being redirected towards something more fitting, in quotation marks. Although handling loss will never become easier, there comes a point when you gather why a certain opportunity doesn't fully make sense for where you are headed in this life. Ooh. Did I not clock the tea, bitch? Okay. All right. Now, upright, it says your fear of change has shifted into exhilaration. You don't mind the inconvenience. You believe what will be, and you don't mind waiting for your turn to link with ascendancy. Forceful energy is not helpful in this case. Give people the space and patience you wish to be met with in return. See? You're not angry about it anymore. It doesn't piss you off. It's not, and you know what's crazy? It's not that you're just going to let people treat you any type of way. Hell to the no, okay? It's not that you're, gonna let people walk all over you or allow people to, just have free reign over your existence. No. But there's the holding on to it, the retaining of it, the internalizing that you've been doing when it comes to these experiences is no longer going to happen. You can finally let it go. That is freaking awesome, Pisces. Congratulations to everyone who is at this point in their journey and realizing this breakthrough. 33 is significant, okay? We have the number 1, 18, 33, 4, 26, 31. Also 9 with 18, 8 with 26, and another 4 with the 31. Okay? It's no longer a situation where you're like, oh, I don't want to go to XYZ place because I know that there's going to be this person or that person or haters here, haters there. No, you're fully existing in the energy that you've been blessed with, knowing the gravity of what you're able and capable to do, and basically removing the guilt or hostility that you feel towards yourself because of it. You're not internalizing other people's emotions as your own. Okay? That cuz at this point you're like, that's on you. If you can't see the vision, then you may not have been meant to put on the glasses, okay? Or you may need another set of glasses with a higher intensity. Because obviously you can't see the vision, and that's not me. That's you. The Ice Queen just popped out. It says, don't chase after things or people that have left you in the cold. Practice the subtle art of detachment. Yeah, but I don't even think it's detaching from people. It's more so detaching from the expectations that you put on people or the expectations that people put on you. Detaching from the response and the reaction that you receive, because that's, again, not of something that's within you. It's of something that someone else is dealing with. Not internalizing what this is that people could be sending your way, especially if it's negativity. Okay. The Beggar says, wishing to bring back that which has left your life is keeping you stagnant. Don't hold on to the past disappointment. And that's what I feel. I feel like right now you're realizing where you've held on to such negativity and such hostility and just so many feelings and emotions that were not, congruent with who you really are. You were holding on to so many foreign objects, okay, that were not of original creation within you. They were created within someone else. And I really feel that you guys are no longer wishing for the past or wishing to go back or wanting things to be like they were. You don't want that anymore. You want things to be like how they're supposed to be. You want things to be like how they're gonna be. Just like the card says, what will be, will be. And that's what you're looking towards, not what was. And you saw how it was keeping you stagnant. You saw how it was holding you back. You saw how it was minimizing you and making you small. So now you're no longer chasing after it. Wow. And the Justice Seeker. As you dig deeper and explore the truth, you'll discover that things are not as clear cut as you previously thought. Yeah. So the complexity of these emotions that you've been harboring from other people, the complexity of your gifts and the things that you're capable of doing is so much deeper and more intertwined than what you originally thought that it would be, or what you originally understood it to be. What the heck? Oh, that's a baby. Okay. I was nervous for a minute. Let's see. What else is the message for Pisces? I feel like you're starting to see more of the in-depth, complex emotions that other people harbor within themselves, to where you're able to forgive them. You may even have a gift developing when it comes to, I'm hearing specifically a gift developing when it comes to seeing beyond people's eyes, which is kind of creepy. But definitely what I'm kind of getting for you. Like you can, because the eyes on this card is like super creepy looking. It's like you see beyond people's eyes. So you see what's behind someone's eyes. You see their soul. And you may think that you already had this gift, but no. It's like you're going to see something new about it, okay? What else is the message for Pisces? Ooh, I know that's right. Taste so good, make you want to slap your mama. So you may be creating a slogan. You might work in marketing. You may be creating a slogan or some type of catchphrase for something. Y'all know how I do. Listen, what we tell them, kick rocks barefoot with no shoes on, fresh out the bathtub, bitch, okay? You might be creating like catchphrases, slogans, marketing tools. You may be marketing yourself, or maybe this is your job. Ooh, and abundance is at the bottom. Ooh, and then intimacy too. Stop it. You guys have like something major coming towards you in your life that's creating this. It feels like a wave, I want to say, but it kind of feels more so like a waterfall, because a waterfall is more volatile and strong. It's got more force behind it than a wave. You're creating this opportunity or having some type of reward come into your life that's like a waterfall of abundance, wealth, kind of like an avalanche type of energy. That is a lot. I don't know exactly what you're going to understand about this personally, because I feel like each of you are going to have different epiphanies or different realizations when this happens. It's not just about right and wrong. It's not there's a nuance to this energy. There's like caveats to this energy. When it comes to you receiving some type of justice or receiving your rewards, the blessings that are coming into your life, there's a caveat to it, or there's nuance to it that will help you to understand. I feel like it'll help you to understand source. It'll help you to understand God more clearly. Yeah. You're being given information and keys to unlock information within the recesses of your own mind that have always been stored and housed within your psyche, but that you weren't able to access until you got to this particular point. Kind of like Holy Grail type energy, the Empress. Kind of like when people talk about like the Ark of the Covenant, stuff like that. Like these ancient rare artifacts that are connected to a higher source of power and knowledge. It's like you're unlocking something within yourself that activates information. Okay? What does Pisces need to know when it comes to this message? 9 of Wands. The fight is over. I just did a reading for members, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yes, all the members have access to this message. And it's called, "The War Has Already Been Won. Someone will lie to make you think it has not. Don't fall for it." So I definitely feel that energy with this 9 of Wands. I feel like not only did you keep hold of your power and your energy, but you've also acquired powers and abilities and gifts by observing those who were apprehensive towards you, to where now you've adapted or adopted some of those discoveries, those powers and gifts that you discovered from your enemies, and incorporated them within your own tactics and structure of technique. Okay, 7 of Wands, period. I feel like the whole time that you were being persecuted, the whole time that you were being attacked, the whole time that you had this aggressive energy coming towards you that you didn't understand, you adapted those skills and you observed and you watched and you started to incorporate those skills into your own arsenal. Definitely this caught you off guard. You were not expecting to have to fight this hard for something. And I feel like that's why a lot of the time you would wish for a better time or a time in your life where it wasn't as hard. But you made good decisions the whole way through. Even the decisions that you thought were bad actually were good. You have a really strong protection force field. The decisions that you've made up until this point have protected you from some type of disappointment. I do feel like, though, moving forward, you will continue to be attacked. There are going to be aggressive energies that come towards you like unexpectedly. But because you've experienced it already in a very visceral way, it won't catch you off guard as much as it did before. What's the Nine of Wands? Temperance. Sagittarius energy for sure. The Magician and the Two of Cups. Whatever you're saying or communicating, either to yourself or others, is creating balance. I think somebody doesn't like the balance that you're creating in your own life or in the lives of other people, because it produces disappointment for them or rejection of their belief systems. What's the Nine of Wands? Hold on. Justice at the bottom. One more card for the Nine of Wands. Two of Swords. Something you're doing is on point. Something you're saying is on point, Pisces. I also feel like some of you guys are going to meet someone who's very protective over you. They're going to absorb some of the attacks. Feels like energetically, but also physically. Like this could be a bodyguard or, Fool card and the Knight of Swords. Trusting in something, believing in something that looks impossible or seems to be impossible. Hold on. Deciding to have faith in something that would otherwise be deemed as insanity or crazy or foolish. It's like you're taking a leap of faith and you don't know where you're going to end up, but you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're on point. You hit the nail on the head, the bullseye. Even though you don't see it. It's like you're kind of throwing caution to the wind as well, because it feels like whatever you're doing, you know that it's a risk. You know that you could be persecuted or ridiculed or criticized for whatever this is. And you're willingly doing it anyway with this sacrifice card. Let's real quick read the with conditions. That's card number 33. So with conditions says temporary and confinement. It says you hold love in your heart regardless of the situation's status and limitations. This adds to the list of reasons why you are so special. It says here you are conflicted. Feelings of joy are limited. There's no say as to what's real quote unquote, or what's a brief distraction. You yearn for a reason to be soft with a lover. You want to unfold your arms and rest your mind, but you're having trouble feeling safe. You doubt you're being seen for who you truly are and on the inside. Okay, who you truly are on the inside, my bad. In some ways, you are misunderstood. Guards are high. You protect your space and wait for a sign or guidance. Now, it says you feel on edge and restricted. You don't know if it's the right time to invest your heart. You cannot assess the situation you are in properly. You are asleep to the infinite possibilities in which you can soar from sharing yourself. Whether you should be disappointed or not, you will still gain an improvement on your perspective. You want to love, but you don't know how. You will never know until you try. And I feel like the sacrifice card is talking about you actually saying, fuck it, I'm going to try. In a situation where you feel really scared, I feel like you guys are scared right now. You've got your guard up, 9 of Wands. This could be with a relationship, being as we saw the 2 of Cups. But it could also be when it comes to like you fully embracing like what your higher self has been called here to do. And then the sacrifice card says, may your sacrifices be acknowledged and appreciated. It says, servant, Godspeed. You are being called to introduce new themes of healing to your community. You are being pulled to teach others how to love themselves. For once, this is not about you and you alone. However, you will not be able to guide a soul if you yourself are still wandering. This is a time to become a recluse. Reserve your vitality for the most significant of things. Master stillness. Share what you've learned when the time is right. Now, it also says upright. You feel the urge to shed several layers. Prepare yourself for a unique journey, a course you never anticipated. Pay attention to your dreams. There you will meet an overflowing number of messages that will advise you. The key is to be so abnormally aware that no sign gets past you, whether conscious or subconscious. Manage your stress. This is new for everyone. Grant yourself the blessing to shed and surpass the current place you're in. This way, you'll be ready to enlighten. And that's what I was kind of talking about earlier. I just feel like you guys have this understanding that's kind of like, it's kind of hard to grasp for other people. You really don't know how something is going to work out. But I feel like Spirit is saying that you're moving in the right direction when it comes to the things that you're saying, the emotions that you're conveying and what you're doing. High Priestess. Yep. Queen of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. I feel like this strategy is paying off for you. And the hard work that you put in is going to create a lot of happiness and wealth for you guys. Okay. What does Pisces need to watch out for that they don't see? The Hermit. Some of y'all might need to watch out for a Virgo. I feel like you also need to watch out for like being in the hermit mode for too long. Yeah, Chariot. You know, taking too long to make decisions. I feel like this 2 of Swords, Temperance, and the 9 of Wands is kind of like you possibly like wanting things to be perfect or wanting to see all of the signs and procrastinating or taking too long to choose what you want to do. Taking too long to pull the trigger, taking too long to take action and hit the gas. It's kind of like being indecisive and using the hermit mode or using the hermitist place that you go into within as like a hiding place. Scorpio energy, Cancer energy with the Chariot and the Hermit. It just feels like with the cord here on the Death card, it's like, you know, the thread is thin. The door is going to end up closing soon. You have to make a decision. I feel like you need to watch out for getting stuck in that indecisive place. I also feel like you guys need to watch out for people, specifically a Cancer, a Virgo, or a Scorpio, who either make you indecisive and unsure of yourself, or who are indecisive and unsure of you, because that's a fucking lie. People who act like they're not sure about you, or people who come back, maybe they're a part of your past. They didn't believe in you, right? And then they come back and they're like, oh, I didn't see it then, but I see it now. Now that you've proven it to everybody, now that you're successful, now that you have all of these great things happening in your life, now I see how worthy you are. Now I see how much you're worth. Now I see who you really are. No, they saw that shit before. They just didn't want to acknowledge it. They kept their mouth shut about it. They didn't make a decision because it was something about your transformation or you actually realizing who you are that threatened them. What's the Hermit? The Seven of Cups. Yeah, being confused. That's what you need to watch out for. People who act confused, people who don't choose you. The people who you need to be around and the energy that you need to inhabit is that energy of knowing. If folks are acting like they don't know who the fuck you are, kick rocks barefoot with no shoes on, fresh out the bathtub, bitch. Because I don't need that flaky, wishy-washy, I don't know, kinda, maybe energy. You can take your ass on. You know what I mean? Hierophant, Three of Pentacles. They're always confused about what to do. Always, this is people, you need to watch out for people. Could be a Taurus, Libra as well, but specifically Virgo, Scorpio, and Cancer, possibly Taurus or Libra. You guys really need to watch out for like people who consistently are confused about your work or not sure if they can trust you or not sure if you, no, blocked. Cause I blocked somebody, I blocked somebody the other day who came off as really supportive, but made one too many comments over a period of time that was questionable. They got blocked. Okay? I don't always catch y'all's little slick shit right away. But trust and believe, it will show itself to me, because that's how my spirit team works. And I had to block them. I don't give a damn how many comments you put on my videos, how much you donate or support. I appreciate it. But don't get it twisted. You're not going to dump all your shit over here with me and project on me and then make it, and act like you don't see what the fuck I'm doing over here. We're not going to do that. And that's kind of what I feel like is going on. Is Spirit is telling you to watch out for people who like that, who are like that. Sometimey people. What's the Seven of Cups with the Hermit? Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Or people who say that they're with you, but then when it comes time to get in battle, they leave you by yourself, leave you hanging. Situations where you have friends or family members or people in your life who see you getting attacked and don't say anything, don't step in, but then they want to come have a powwow conversation with you later about how fucked up they feel like it was. Well, bitch, you should have said something then. Strength card and the Three of Cups. Yeah. Holding back, standing in the shadows. Getting you to do all the hard work. Getting you to go in and take all the risk. Getting you to deal with the problem and then want to come back and celebrate with you when the problem is solved. No, you wasn't shooting with me in the gym, bitch. We're not doing that. Pisces, we're not doing that no more. If they not holding the barbell with you, helping you lift them weights, they don't get to come with you to go shopping. Okay? That's what you need to watch out for. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. This could be a mother figure for some of you guys. This could be a sister, a cousin, a feminine energy. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Strong Virgo and Taurus. Possibly Scorpio and Cancer. Okay. Some of you actually have someone who is a strong partner who's going to support you. But yeah, Death card at the bottom and the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you're transforming into this Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles energy. You may have a strong earth placement yourself. There could be some type of cyber breach that you need to be aware of in Virgo season. The end of August. That could happen on a large scale. Some of you guys need to watch out for somebody who's going to try to scam you or steal from you in Virgo season, Scorpio season. Or Libra season. I got a headache. Oh, snap. Hold on. Ooh. All right, you guys. My bad. I forgot what time I got lost track. I got lost in the track. Lost track of time. Whew. Yeah, either somebody's going to trigger you around that time, or somebody's going to try to set you up, scam you, create disruption. Okay. What's hidden? Whew. I'm out of breath. Whew. What's hidden that Pisces doesn't see? The Empress. I just feel like you don't see this energy coming towards you. Like, either you as this feminine energy, this rich woman with a lot of abundance and happiness, and the fact that you're getting closer to it, or you don't see this feminine energy coming into your life, especially if you're a masculine. Eight of Wands and the Four of Cups. Yeah, some of you guys may be rejected as well because you are so abundant or because you have some type of knowledge. I feel like somebody may try to plagiarize as well. Like, it's something about you doing something on your own and somebody trying to steal it. What's the Empress for what's hidden? The Ace of Wands. Yeah, so this is what you need to understand. Your ideas are not going to be accepted right away. People are not going to accept your ideas right away. And I just feel like you guys need to watch out for like the slick, underhanded kind of comments that people make. Because I feel like people are going to say things to try to deter you or discourage you. Four of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. I also feel like if you have ideas that you're keeping to yourself, they will create a lot of success for you, but you have to express them. What's the Ace of Wands? The Magician and the Death card. Yeah, we're going through a stage right now with this Death card. This is a transformational stage. We're going through a stage right now where you can literally bring your ideas to earth and it create abundance. I feel like what's hidden is that if you don't express these ideas or share your thoughts, you will have missed out. And it'll make you feel very disappointed that you didn't speak up. I don't know if this is just creatively. It could be personally with relationships, but it could also just be like professionally and creatively. Don't hesitate to speak up. Yeah, there's a space right now to be whoever it is that you want to be and create that reality. Okay? but you have to actually do it. You feel like it's not, you don't know if it's the right time or not, but this reading is telling you that it's the right time. And you're going to realize this, but you don't want to be the one realizing it after the time has passed. Okay? So what's the advice for Pisces? That's a lot. The Page of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Five of Cups. Yes, baby girl. The Devil and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a trickster energy here trying to trick you into thinking that you have to wait or that it's not the right time. Trying to trick you out of your destiny, your finances, your money, something like that. What's this Five of Cups, Three of Wands, Page of Cups for advice? High Priestess. There's an energy. I don't know if it's a demon, a spirit, an entity, but it's trying to get you to think that something's not going to work out. It's like implanting, what is that called? Inception, the movie Inception. It's like planting this outcome in your intuition or in your mind that there's going to be some type of loss that you can expect by sharing your ideas. Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords. Like you're going to get persecuted or punished for it, when in reality you're not. What's the suggested next actions for Pisces? Oh, Four of Wands reversed. Eight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. I feel like there's definitely a need for you to communicate with your family, mend broken relationships, if at all possible. Try to put things back together. It's like there's a force here trying to make you or others feel like something can't be fixed. I feel like your spirit team is trying to tell you to use your voice to spread a message that they've given to you about being able to like fix something or resolve something with family or with communities, like the card said. What's the Four of Wands reversed? Two of Cups, yeah. Justice and the Hierophant. I feel like your voice is going to be what fixes things from being broken. What's the Two of Cups? The Knight of Cups. This could even be somebody approaching you with the intimacy card coming out. Some of you don't need to get into a relationship right now. Some of you guys don't need to get married right now. Not saying that it won't happen, but it's like there's this energy of like somebody trying to come in right now to attach to your legacy in some way, and they're not meant to be attached to it. Five of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. It's like somebody is offering you some type of love or romance or friendship even right now because they can sense that your fortunes are going to shift and you need to protect your energy. Like, even if this is somebody who you're dating and you communicate with them and then you end up sharing ideas, it's like, Somebody sees who you're going to end up to be. Somebody sees who you're going to become. Queen of Wands and the Strength card. Leo energy. Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands. I really feel like your spirit team wants you to highlight or not highlight, but they want you to take advantage of this shift in the energy because it's giving you a lot of courage and confidence to express your vision and communicate your vision to a world that's kind of like broken, or to a group of people in your community who are kind of like broken. Like, you have to share your vision of the future because I feel like it's a positive vision. It just kind of seems like, I don't know if somebody's going to try to come around and like say that they were the one to inspire you or try to take credit for you doing something. It just feels like you don't need to worry about sometimey type of people. Like, even if somebody comes in and says, you know, I always believed in you, it's like they didn't show it. So therefore, they're irrelevant. Leo energy is out here strongly. Pisces, we saw a lot of Scorpio with the Death card here. Gemini, possibly with the Magician. Sagittarius with the Temperance. Virgo, Taurus, Libra, I want to say as well. Yeah, Libra, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, maybe Capricorn. Leo and Sag. Possibly Aries and Scorpio. Let's see. So what I feel like you're going to realize that you haven't realized up until this point, it just kind of feels like something comes with the territory. That's what it feels like. Ooh, drop some cards. Drop some cards. Oh my God. That was a tough reach. So maybe somebody's reaching. Romantic thoughts, caution, transformation, toxic family. Either you will have had a toxic family with someone, or someone has a toxic family that they come from. I feel like there's a person here who has romantic thoughts towards you that you need to be cautious of, because you're going through a transformation where you're exterminating toxic influences from your family dynamics. New year, yeah, and someone is lying. Somebody's lying about something. But yeah, I feel like what you're going to realize, though, that you haven't realized before, is that this type of energy, this type of experience comes with the territory of what you're going to be doing or the gifts that you have. And you're finally accepting that it's okay, because the enemy wants you to it's like the enemy wants you to hide because of this. They want you to see that this is the condition that you have to deal with, or the sacrifice that you have to make, and be like, oh, well, if that's the case, I don't want to do it. Right? If God was to tell you, source, whoever you believe in, was to tell you, oh, you could have all the wealth and abundance and happiness and riches in the world, but you're going to be hated by everyone around you, would you still take it? Would you still do it? Because I feel like that's a part of your contract. You already said you would take it. You already said you would do it. Now that you're here experiencing it, it's a lot harder than what you anticipated. But there's a celebration here. But you could have this addiction to being accepted that causes you to shy away from whatever this is. You could have an addiction to a false sense of peace. Kind of like how I was discussing. The girl's name is Kel. Kel, and she does like breakdowns about Outlander, because I'm completely obsessed. Now, in one of the breakdowns, she was talking about the Battle of Culloden and the uprising where the Scottish people fought back against the British, right? or England, so to speak. And there was a particular group, the Mackenzies, who chose not to fight. They chose to remain neutral and not fight back in the uprising formally, right? Like some people may have gone off on their own to fight from the Mackenzie clan, but a lot of the people did not, because Colum, the leader of the Mackenzie clan at the time, signed a peace treaty with some of the other clans saying that they were not going to be involved in the uprising, right? Long story short, as discussing this, watching the channel, the girl Kel, she discusses it on TikTok and YouTube. It's basically a situation where they had two different mottos. The clans, which Jamie is one of the main characters with Claire, and Claire is the one who came back in time from the future. And Jamie's clan motto, which was the Fraser motto, was "I am ready, je suis prêt," right? But the Mackenzie clan motto is "I shine not burn," and I can't remember how to say it in French, but that's what it means. And they basically had this very like calculated, underhanded, kind of sneaky, maniacal approach, clever approach to staying in power, remaining in power. But a part of that, like the catch to that, was the fact that they may have to sacrifice their own like beliefs or morals or practices, you know, their clan's traditions. They may have to sacrifice that in order to survive, which is honorable in its own way. Because sometimes when you have to survive, you have to do things that are not pretty, and you have to do things that may go against some type of moral high ground that was created for you, right? People don't want to be broke. So sometimes folks gotta, sometimes folks gotta sell drugs. Sometimes people have to prostitute. Sometimes you gotta get on the pole, but it's like, don't get lost in that thinking that that's the end all be all. And what ended up happening, and what I kind of feel in this situation, is that like the false sense of security that you may feel from the past is not actually going to create any type of true happiness or fulfillment. And that's what the Mackenzies learned by not fighting back in the uprising, because the results of them staying neutral, the results of them not fighting back, was that ultimately, because, Scotland lost the war, all of the clans lost their autonomy. They lost the ability to wear their tardans or kilts or whatever you want to call them. They lost the ability to carry weapons, have guns, things like that to protect themselves. They were basically subservitude or servitude. They were lowered to a very substandard existence, which basically created like these proverbial chains. They weren't in chains literally, but they were in these metaphorical energetic chains, because they couldn't practice their traditions. They couldn't speak their language. They couldn't wear the attire that has come from generation to generation. So basically, yes, they survived, but what quality of life is that they had to live? Everything was stripped of them. They were robbed of everything. So the whole point of what this is, and what this message I feel like is saying, is that you're realizing that it's better to be hated. It's better to be mocked. It's better to be ridiculed. It's better to be shunned and exiled, which we spoke about before, than it is to bend the knee or bow down or spread your butt cheeks open with no Vaseline to get fucked. It's better to be hated every single day and be happy than it is to be well liked and be miserable. Because I can guarantee you a lot of these people out here who are well liked in their positions are miserable behind the scenes, because there's no fulfillment in that. There's no true glory in that. So, I mean, you can do what you want to do, but this is what it is. You have a decision to make. I feel like people are talking with this rumors card, and they're talking about what you've been able to accomplish and what you're going to be able to accomplish in the future. There could even be a person in your life that's actually a positive partner, friend, romantic interest, and your family doesn't like them. And you're going to have to make a decision about, do you want to be happy, Or do you want to please your family? You know what I mean? And that's going to be a hard choice that you have to make. But I always say at the end of the day, you should do what makes you happy, not what makes your family happy. Because at the end of the day, your family is not waking up every day with you, fighting a good fight with you. And I definitely feel like some of you have a valid partner here, either that you already know, have around you, or that you're going to meet soon, who you're going to have to like choose them over the status quo. Even if it's not your family, it could be the public. There could be some type of like belief in the public about the person who you're interested in or who's interested in you based on, you know, their looks or based on their past or based on something like that. And you're going to have to decide, am I going to side with social media or am I going to make a decision that's best for me, you know, as an individual? Any other messages for Pisces? Surveillance. Oh my God. The title card, lunch, presents. You need to keep an eye on your lunch, especially if you work in an office setting. Someone could be trying to harm you. We have this mean-spirited woman again. A situation could involve a woman who is mean-spirited or very stuck in her ways. This could also be someone who is seeking some type of revenge. And then we have water signs. So it could be I told you, Scorpio, possibly Cancer, maybe another Pisces for some of you guys. But I've been getting this weird energy between like you and Virgo and Gemini, and there's something going on. But we have surveillance. Someone could be keeping a very close eye on you. There may be a situation in your life that needs reviewing. And then we have harm. This could be a dangerous situation or someone is trying to set you up to harm you. This can also be self-inflicted as well. But I feel like there's a mean-spirited woman who you either work with or who does the same type of business as you with the title card. And the afternoon is significant. It's presents. This is positive. It says you may be receiving a lot of gifts at this time, or you are giving gifts. These gifts can be in physical form, or these could be spiritual gifts. I told y'all in the beginning, there's some type of understanding. Like the energy kind of shifted towards the end of the reading. And I really feel like it's because you're being advised to have courage and do the things that you feel called to do. Like do the things that your higher self feels called to do, despite what anybody else wants you to do. Even if it like breaks up relationships, even if it causes some type of tension with your family or with relationships. Okay. Because I feel like somebody's trying to emasculate you, especially if you're a man, or somebody is just trying to strip you of your autonomy. They're trying to strip you of like your ability to do what you want to do and make your own decisions. They want you to do what they want you to do. And you have to think about, well, why? Why do they want me to do what they want me to do? Because they want your power to benefit them. What's the advice for Pisces? Because there's plenty of fish in the sea. Right. So if this is a person who is interested in you, but you're not interested in them, you set a boundary, whatever, and they have a very controlling nature, you'll find somebody else. You don't have to deal with that. If this is a person who's interested in you, but your family doesn't like them, or there's some type of societal, faux pas about this person where you guys are going to be judged everywhere you go. Listen, it's all about your confidence, right? You don't have to settle for what somebody is just handing you. A new journey. And the Lovers. Interesting. I feel like if you guys have not met that person yet who is kind of like your bodyguard, I feel like you are going to end up coming across them very soon. And it could be a situation where it's vice versa. Like their family may not accept you. There may be some part of your past or a part of who you are that would put the person who's interested in you in an uncomfortable position if they were not confident. Because that's what I feel like this is. I feel like you're being asked to watch out for people who act like they don't see who you are, who act like they don't understand or appreciate the value that you possess. You're being asked to watch out for those people because there's going to come a time where you have to make sure that everybody who's on your team is actually on your team. And there's a person here who I feel like is going to choose you regardless of what society tells them, regardless of what their family tells them, regardless of what their friends tell them. They're going to choose you, or you're going to choose them, or you're going to choose each other. And you guys are going to kind of be like this team, whether it's platonic, romantic, or professional, that outlasts all of these aggressive people and aggressive behaviors and aggressive attitudes, because you both believe, or you all believe, in the same common goal. And that ultimately in itself is going to end up bringing people together. And I feel like that's a part of what you guys are meant to do with your gifts. So I hope that helped you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe, book your readings, get in the comments, and I will see you next time, Pisces. Remember, this is our circle boost. Bye.